Australia grapples with the question, what is the place of Indigenous people in the modern nation? Everything from disagreements about the date of Australia Day to whether Indigenous people should have a voice enshrined in the Constitution.
We seek constitutional reforms to empower our people and take a rightful place in our own country.
Australia remains the only Commonwealth nation not to have signed a treaty with Indigenous people. Indigenous people have the lowest life expectancy, the highest infant mortality, the highest levels of imprisonment, the worst health, housing, education and employment outcomes of anyone in Australia. But there have also been some political high points. From the 1967 referendum to finally count Indigenous people in the census.
Vote yes for Aborigines, they want to be Australians too.
To the 1992 High Court Mabo decision, overturning the doctrine of terra nullius and acknowledging native title to land. And the 2008 apology to the stolen generations.
We apologise, especially for the removal of Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander children from their families.
Countries across the world have been working towards reconciliation with First Nations peoples, leading to experiments like the Sami Parliament in Scandinavia.
It deals with the state partly as an opponent and partly as a co-player.
And the Maori courts of New Zealand. After much debate, an Indigenous Constitutional Convention led to the Uluru Statement from the Heart in 2017, which called for a referendum to give Indigenous people recognition in the Constitution and a voice to Parliament. Advocates say the majority of the Australian people support the idea.
I think there's potentially even greater goodwill on this issue than there was for same-sex marriage.
But not everybody agrees on the way forward.
I've never supported that idea. What I believe we've got to start with is the treaty process.
As we celebrate Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people's history, culture and achievements during NAIDOC Week, the question needs to be asked, is there the political will to make a change? And what should that change be?